Let's go over Star Wars The Last Jedi when it comes to Luke Skywalker and Snoke. This is Mike Zero here once again. If you guys are new here to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, in The Last Jedi, we always wondered exactly how did Luke Skywalker gain any knowledge of Snoke as a figure within the First Order as Supreme Leader. Now, in the novelization by Jason Fry, we do learn a whole lot more about how Luke Skywalker found out and knew about Supreme Leader Snoke. And this was actually all due in part to a connection, a mental connection between Supreme Leader Snoke and Luke Skywalker during the events between, of course, the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy, while Luke Skywalker was out seeking the truth of the Force while Snoke was doing the same exact thing. Now, he had respect for Luke Skywalker for doing the same exact thing, and they weren't necessarily enemies at the time, which is actually a very interesting thing to take note of here, is that at the time they weren't necessarily enemies because they were both looking for the same exact thing. So when we look at Snoke and Luke, they were both searching for the truth of the Force. Now, if you guys have been reading about Snoke in other forms of canon, we do know that Snoke went all the way out to the unknown regions to learn the truth of the Force. Whether or not he found out about that truth is still a big question to this day that hopefully will be answered at some point in time in the future. As Andy Serkis, the actor who portrays the character, he actually said that there's still a possibility of him returning, quite possibly maybe in the form of a prequel or something around those lines, and that's why Disney did not actually delve too much into his backstory in The Last Jedi, which was to leave the possibilities open for the future. So it's really nice to know that Luke Skywalker and Snoke at one point in time had a mental connection. Now, have they ever seen each other before physically through this mental connection? Could they actually have seen each other something similar to that of what we saw between both Rey and Kylo Ren in The Last Jedi, such as a Force bond of sorts? That's an interesting thing to take note of. That was not actually in detail in the novelization, but overall, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments section, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.